I really like.
What's up, y'all? What's happening? Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Out here on this incredibly warm, starting to be a spring type day. I mean, I almost put on some shorts. It's like 73. Yeah, I almost put on some shorts today, y'all. It's 73 out here. It's probably 75. No matter what the thermostats say, it's what it feel like. But you got a little breeze to it too, which just makes it perfect. Just like sunny, but you got like wonderful breeze, incredible breeze, just constant to keep it just perfect. Yeah, appreciate the thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Show y'all the top to bottom. We're rocking that custom I made. My bear on it, you know what I'm saying? You know it's a fitted now. You know it's gonna be a fitted. Silver Fox gonna rock that fitted. I love them fitteds. Strap backs maybe, fitteds definitely. This right here is a classic. I love me some hockey style sublimated print jerseys. You know I designed my own, by the way. This isn't one that I made. No, this is a classic from I mean everything I do is classic, of course, but I'm saying this is from way back. I got this at Wally World years ago. And these joints here, I call them lemon pepper tangerines. They're still in effect. You know? Nah, they don't match. On purpose. Just the back of them match. On purpose. On purpose. Nothing light, everything heavy. Y'all gonna learn the phrase this year, I swear. All that something light. What you got on something light? Ain't nothing light. Ain't nothing light, because it take too much to get it. I don't care how much it was. I don't care if it was affordable or not. Nothing light, everything heavy. If you start saying it, you better credit Uncle. Credit ONYXCON, credit Joseph R. Wheeler III. That's me, the artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. What's happening, y'all? Feeling good today. Had a great day yesterday. Had planned to have a better day today. How about that? That's why I put on my bright, beautiful colors, because I was just like, man, it's too sunny and too good feeling. I ain't about to just make it just a get in the car and hustle, grind day. Nah. It ain't getting no orders immediately anyway. Days like this is why I take a walk first. I said, Bumpy, I'm going to get my walk. I might get an interruption while I'm talking to y'all, have to go and grab an order. If that case happens, then so what? We'll be in the car. You know how I do. I just switch it over and we'll be talking in the car. But in the meantime, between time, I'm enjoying this weather, man. It's incredible out here. Look at this. It ain't bloomed yet. Like the trees, you'll start seeing they're starting to get the little buds for what will be leaves. That's what those are. And the ones that will flower first, some of them have the colorful ones. I'm trying to find one to show y'all what I mean. When they got the color, here we go. This one you can kind of see. I'm trying to get the light so y'all can see. Can y'all see how that one's got a little reddish? Well, not that one as much as maybe this one here. These probably ain't gonna show up on camera the way it looked to me, but it's got a little red tip to it. So it'll bloom with the flowers, and then after that, it'll be the beginnings of the squirrel. It'll be the flowers, then it'll be the leaves. If you're in America, it may not be a big deal to show a gray squirrel because they're everywhere, but I got international fans, so it could be somebody way across in Asia or Africa or any of the places that follow ONYXCON. We got people all over the world, and they'd be like, whoa, y'all squirrels are so small. Or they're not big, or they're not this. Because people got different stuff in different places, Like I want to go to India and see this one of the most colorful, biggest squirrels in the world. They're like huge, and they like black and red, orange, and like white and golden color. And I don't know if y'all know the one I'm talking about, but those are some pretty squirrels. I seen pictures of them. I was like, man, I want to witness that. That's different. I like to see different stuff. Stuff that you don't see, unique stuff, you know what I'm saying? Special stuff. Something that make life life, you know? Universe bless. Real talk. How y'all doing? But it's like I was on set yesterday doing some film work, and it was for a show that's gonna be on Netflix. That's all I can say. Can't speak the details. But it's the first time I've been on set in years. I say in years, let me exaggerate. In a year. Because last year, around this time, I was doing PA work for Miss Pat, production assistant. And the previous year I did the same. And then I also had some independent work on a thing that I did like early in the year. Actually, ironically, about the same time, around the same time last year, February, I was on set for that independent thing. Then later on, did a couple of days on Miss Pat. And then that was pretty much it. Like, I'm trying to remember if I did anything else. I don't think it was anything else on set. It was like everything was just in the car, grinding, doing the courier stuff. So to be back in the environment was a plus, and definitely something very cool, and I enjoyed that. And I've been looking forward to that because it's just been too much of the same old same, and not enough of the what we really here for and what we really be about. So to get back in that environment was very, very cool yesterday. Super early morning, long ass day, but worth it too, because financially they paid it off. I mean, we had some overtime. If you know anything about film biz, you get time and a half once it goes past the set rate. So say it's 100 over 10 hours. Once you get past 10 hours, it's time and a half. So, you do the division on that 10, you're going to get time and a half. So if it was 100 over 10, then what is that? All my mathematicians. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So you get time and a half. Plus they gave a gas bump. So I was like, oh yeah. This worth it. It's worth it for what I usually do and go through to try to get anywhere near that kind of money. And sometimes don't even get that kind of money. It's crazy out here, y'all. It's serious. It's serious. That's why I say nothing light, everything heavy. Nothing light, everything heavy. I don't hear nobody talking, it's something light. Yeah, just tell me your little immature ass ain't lived. You done live some real life. You ain't talking about shit being light. You talking about everything heavy. Heavy, baby. Because it ain't promised. It ain't promised. Stop being superficial and get real. Life is a gift. Do you hear me? Do you understand? If you don't worry. Just keep trying to breathe. And if you don't make it, somebody else will tell you what I was trying to tell you. They'll be, talking over you, talking about, yeah, we tried to tell them, man, it's precious. It's precious. It's precious. So anyway, it was a good day. It had some quirky moments as usual. Stuff that reminds me of why I don't like to do background and why I would rather be doing PA work. But when I'm getting paid basically the same that I would get, I literally made what I make on usual yesterday. At the average rate I left off on, I'll say, doing PA work is what I made just doing background yesterday, which is unheard of. You don't make that kind of money. So that told me for us to be making that, the PAs had to be making at least $50 more, if not $100 more. So that's really good for them. So I was like, damn. So of course I was trying to see about that too. I was like, yo, what's up with y'all PA crew? I'm talking to all the PAs. And everybody had the same story. I mean, everybody was cool. Like once I gave them a little bit of the lingo, talking about some shows I've done and things I did and different units and all that combo we be talking, they knew I was real. So they was like, oh, well, man, hey, to be honest, I had one guy straight up. So he said, man, I'm just lucky to be here, to be honest with you, man, because it's been so bad. I said, tell me about it. I said, where's the work? He's like, man, it's like that. Everybody's saying the same thing. He said, but trust me. He said, you're in the right place and all that. He just kind of reassured the energy, like, yeah, it's what you're doing is what we all got to do. You just got to ask around and see what's next. It might be something, but right now, he said, we're on rotation. I said, oh, Lord. He said, yeah, they rotating. I said, say less. Because that's what happened on the last show I was on. Same thing. They got to a point where budget-wise, they couldn't afford, let's say they have an average of 6 solid PAs and they're paying everybody. They couldn't afford it, so they started doing a thing where they were trying to just spread the work around. They had like, let's say you got 20 people that want to work, but you know they can't all work. So you trying to give all of them a few days. So that's what we ended up doing. We all started rotating. I said, so y'all on that rotation stuff too? I said, damn, well, this ain't where I want to be. I was like, I'm in the best seat to just be doing what I'm doing. I'm in the best seat. Like, yo, if you get it, you get it. But you ain't, at least you ain't depending on it and it's not coming. If that makes any sense to anybody who's ever done this type of work. Or is curious about doing this kind of work. You know, a lot of people, I got a broad audience. I got some people who y'all just sit back and wait for the shows and the movies to come out. Y'all don't want to know nothing about the process. Y'all could care less. And then I got other people who watch the movies, watch the shows, but they also love to know about the process. They respect the process. And they want to understand the process better and better because it gives them more appreciation for what they watch. So for those, you're in the right place. And that's what I call the business, business, when I do that, when I talk about the ins and outs of the arts entertainment industry. So in doing so, yeah, y'all, it's a thing right now. It's a lot of folks out of work, wishing they had work. And that brings me to the other, I'll say this and I'll be done with the negative side of annoying stuff on set, but I had a moment where I had to remember, I said, man, I am not a PA right now. I just, when you do something so long, like even just hearing the calls on set is just so nostalgic because I do that. I've done it, I did it, and I can do it again if I need to get that kind of work. It's like, you're like, quiet all around, rolling. I ain't gonna yell right now. People think I'm crazy out here walking on this trail and there's some stuff near businesses and houses. He'd be like, what's wrong with that man, crazy? Rolling. But yeah, I love that, man. You hear that, you just like, yeah, let's go, baby. We making it what it is. Everybody else just watching, we here making it, and we're gonna watch it when it come out. So it's just a groove. It's a groove. You either love it, you know about it, you don't understand, it don't matter, you might want to know. So that's why I'm telling you. But yeah, it's like folks were doing all the calls and everything. So all that was nostalgia. And I had to really watch myself with that. Like you do something long enough, muscle memory muscle. I almost wanted to say the call sometimes. Like they be doing the call, I'd be like, quiet all around. Oh, that quiet. Damn, I'm just background. Let me chill out. But there was a moment where we were busing from one area of the studio to the other because it wasn't the biggest studio, but it was long enough that you had to take shuttle buses from where we were filming back to set and stuff like that because it wasn't at the studio. And it was like it had the people what do you call it? Trying to remember the words right now. People mover. I mean, that's really all I know. It is a bus, but there's a people mover, which means the big buses. Like if they say buses, like the regular size buses, shuttle bus, which still can carry a lot of people. But these carry like probably 50 folks. The other ones carry maybe 20 or 15, something like that. And everybody's waiting to get off, and there was this girl she was asleep. And so just my natural instinct, I feel like this is when I slipped into PA mode, is trying to help everybody out. Like, yo, you might want to wake up. We here. I ain't like, all I did was literally just like, hey, we here. She wake up. Don't touch me. You don't know me. Don't put your damn help. I said, just trying to help you, let you know. I don't want no damn help. I said, well, all right. Leave your goofy ass right here. Because all I could think was, I said, man, you so lucky right now. I'm in the same status for the day as you. Because if I were not, young lady, This girl was like 20 something, you know what I'm saying? Just pure attitude, like little evil grim, like she was possessed with just, and everybody, and there was people who saw it, so we all just kind of laughed, like, man, let her little dumb ass stay on the bus. And that's pretty much what we all did. We all just left her. Like, okay, let somebody say, where's that one that was in that scene that's not in their seat when they get to set? Not only are you fired, you're gonna be blocked. You're gonna be, that's it. You're done. You're done. You'll never work on that film again. Anybody in that production will let them know you're a problem. You won't be back, and that's that. They ain't no follow up. They ain't no performance meeting and all this. This ain't that kind of job. Boo boo. Your ass gets gone off of one stupid moment. It is just that simple at its best. Now, somebody who's maybe worked in the business, oh, that ain't true. I worked all over and still act the fool. Okay, you gonna keep knocking them off till you ain't got nothing you can go to. Yeah, one production don't talk to the next one, so yeah, you'll see her again somewhere else. But the point is, once you're labeled as that problem maker, person with the bad attitude, person always sleeping on set, person always talking on set when they say it's time to be quiet, or they give you this place was so cool. They was really cool yesterday. They was like, every time they needed it low, they said, everybody please whisper voices. I was like, that's all right, because they know people gonna still whisper anyway, so they just like, just whisper. You know, we know you're gonna talk, just whisper so we can hear each other when we trying to figure out what we gotta do with the cameras and the lights and whatever else. Just whisper, that's all we need, just whisper. Please don't talk like the way I'm talking right now. Be like, hey, so I said, if you do that, you're good. But there's always some asshole who thinks they're so privileged and the world's supposed to revolve around them. They still talking. So I was like, and so that one right there. Yeah, the same one who be trolling online. Yeah, if you give them a chance to talk online like I don't, yeah, that's them. Now they on set. So yeah, rap that bitch. Rap that motherfucker. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, rapper, rapper, rapper. And I don't mean R-A-P, I mean W-R-A-P. Right now. It ain't gonna be no lip. All you little badasses that think man, what you think? People get paid. People getting paid and go whole seasons and never had to kick nobody's ass or put nobody in jail. You think security can't wait to? Oh, I can show y'all while I was high. Man, they can't. I done been on sets. I'll be like, oh Lord, no, it's okay. They're gonna walk. Trust me, they're gonna be all right. I had to back them off. Like, no, it ain't that serious. Cause they ready. They like, can we eat? Is the day? I do all this training and going to the range and I ain't, can't wait to, who, what, did what? Man, please. Yeah. But just remember what I'm here to do today. It ain't the usual. I need to stop slipping into that mindset. I'm trying to be so helpful and considerate of fellows, supposed to be the team backgrounders. Ain't no damn team. It's just you and whoever you get cool with. Whoever's cool, all right, yeah, we the team. Everybody else, man, get out my way. Get out my way. That's how you kind of got to be. It's sad, but that's how it is, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So, but like I say, that's the low frequency side of it all. But let me give y'all the high, free new friends. Got some more people who know you in the biz, which is what it's all about. If you don't nobody know you, you ain't gonna make it. That's just plain simple. Don't nobody like you, don't nobody know you, you ain't nobody. You got some people who can vouch for your character, know that you got ethics, know that you on time, know that you always respectful, know that you ain't sleeping. And if you do go to sleep, hell, somebody tap you on the shoulder, you don't wake up ready to kill nobody. You just say thank you. Thank you so much. So I can be on time, so I can be in the pocket, so I can be ready and right. So I can fly like that plane loud as hell, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is, man. That's what it is. I'm trying to tell you that's what it is. So I was when I got there, I looked around, I said, man, it's mostly people I don't know like I expected it to be, because the business has gotten so big, and Atlanta has gotten so big. The metro is so full of people from everywhere. It used to be a reunion. It was just a big family reunion. You come in, man, I couldn't even get a seat, couldn't even get breakfast before I done gave 10 hugs to some baddies, dapped up the homies. You know, it was just that vibe. That was how it was. Now, it's gotten so much wider with people from everywhere. People have come and gone, started over, tried again. And so you look around and you start realizing, okay, I think I remember that one person from that one movie. I can't remember what it was we did, but I remember, yeah, we was in a scene together, had to be the background in a crowd, did a press mob. We was walking, we were the pedestrians on the side of the street in a major scene. You get all your flashbacks of people you work with. And then, people change their hair, people gain weight, people lose weight, people mostly gain weight, I'm just being real. They change their look, so you don't recognize everybody as soon, you know? And wow, as I speak, Brethren just sent me a text saying, thank you so much, brother, in caps. That's what's up, fam. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Positive, I ain't, as the kids would say, I ain't capping. No, but for real, shout out George McLean, man. George McLean. This brother is an elder gentleman who is a senior, who's still in the biz. I mean, he got to be in his, I give George his, he might be late 60s, early 70s. I wouldn't put him in his 80s, but if he is, I'm like, wow, damn, doing it, bruh. I wouldn't be surprised. Because folk be, doing it like that. They be looking one age and they be 10 years younger like me. That's how we do. But he's an older gentleman, and I did a post about it where I was shouting him out, saw him on set, and he was featured with a role, with a speaking part in a Drewski sketch. And Drewski ain't nothing to, take lightly, because these are those guys like him, Country Wayne. I could go on and on for all that. Hell, while I'm at it, let me name a few more that I like to watch every now and then. Big Ja out there in LA. People like that doing those, as they calling them now, verticals, like I'm doing right now. You're going live, it's vertical. You're looking at me on up and down, vertical versus horizontal. And that's become the new trend that they say is going to take over for people viewing, because people are mostly swiping all day on their phones and looking at stuff on their phones. They might take it to the tablet or the TV, but they're going to start on their phone half the time. So the vertical thing done blown up. So he was on that one for Drewski, who is a comedian from Atlanta. Big guy, light skin, real silly, faded afro, sometimes gold, sometimes black, depending on what dye he done put in it, whatever. But he funny as hell at his best. Because, every now and then he do some stuff I ain't feeling, but that's any comedian. Everything ain't your cup of tea, but for the most part, he's a funny dude and I like his stuff. So, yeah, I was saying, for the most, hold on, let me get the signal back. Make sure it's in, make sure, there it is. Okay, I was saying, for the most part, I like his stuff. It's generally funny and human relate to in one way or another. And so, he did one that really viral. Got a lot of folk upset too, but so what? The hit dog gonna holler. I always say, if you know you wrong, you the one ain't hollering. Hey, that's that old school phrase we say, the hit dog gonna holler. You know you did wrong. You know you're doing wrong. You know if you that person, then that's why the joke don't fit as a joke for them, because they feel attacked. But it's like, look, how you doing? Stop, doing all the random stuff, and you'll be all right. But basically, Drewski did this joke about mega churches and these preachers that be getting over on folk. All they are after is the money. They don't give a damn about no religion. They don't care shit about nobody's spirituality, nothing. And he was doing it based on real stuff. It was like, I knew he was based on real stuff, but I thought, honestly, when I first saw it, that he embellished the characters. No. His embellishment, if any, as a comedian, was just him putting his Drewski energy into it. But when I tell you, I saw a sister went and found the videos of every single joke that was made. Like, this dude is one of these pastors, suspended himself on cables, floating above the pool pit, like, I'm your God, like worship me kind of mess. And that was one of the jokes that Drewski did. Then he also made a joke about why he was wearing red bottom shoes and all this high brand label stuff, expensive. And the lady went and found the actual footage of a pastor saying this stuff, saying that it's ordained and it's the way it's supposed to be. And I said, oh my gosh, Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know bad was literal. You know, I know how bad this bad gets, but I didn't think it was literal, y'all. It was literal. It was exactly what the joke was, but in real life. So, you know, it's just funny to me how people get all upset, but they ain't doing nothing but telling the truth on them. So anyway, it blew up. Drewski got more numbers. He already in the millions for his followers on Instagram and stuff. And then, you know, everywhere else he is, Facebook, wherever, it's trending. It's been shared. It's went viral. Even one in the past that's got mad enough, they just came out of they old school gangster bag and showed who they really were before they became a pimp. I mean, from going from pimp gangster to a damn pastor, this fool was in the pulpit talking about some damn, calling the man names, and I think he even called him a B and cussing. I was just like, oh my, wow, but you're supposed to be this man of the cloth. And yeah. So Drewski stepped on some toes, and it was funny, and they gonna have to live with it because it's true. Point blank, period, man. This is a time of reveal. If you foul, everybody gonna know it. It ain't gonna. It's more. People are more into pulling back the sheets on nonsense than accepting it. So it's just that kind of era, and it is what it is. So I just, oh my goodness, kids passing by, doing kid goofy stuff. But anyway, so basically, you know, with this Drewski thing, the guy I was talking about, George McLean, is in it. He's in the sketch, and he plays a major part because there's a part at the end. I ain't gonna give it all away for you. I want you to watch it and enjoy it. But he basically is supposed to be a member of the congregation that is in on one of the scams and runs up asking. But he not only is he in on the scam, but he believes in the mess at the same time. So he's asking if the pastor gonna pray for his wife that's sick or something. And he asked him, did you put some money in the tithes? And he's like, well, not today. And he spits his gum. Drewski spits the gum out on him as he rides off. I was like, Lord, you talking about funny, silly, crazy stuff that is on point for making the joke. Hardcore but real. So, yeah. So yeah, that's the elder gentleman. If you've seen the joke, is George McLean, and not personally knowing him, but just knowing him from set. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a coworker. You just see him all the time. Hey man, how you doing? And you know he's an elder, so I always to my folk. You know. Yeah. So you know, yeah. Shout out to him, man, because you know, other thing is, in the years of me doing this. Like I said, this is my 13th year in the biz as an actor, as a producer, as director, as all these things I do. And it's never easy to maintain. It's never easy to continue to keep coming back to set, to keep making projects, to keep being a part of projects. And to see somebody his age still in it. I've known so many who, you know, they're no longer even with us. You know, folk pass on, all that stuff. And so when I see folk, man, still out there, I give the respect. I give respect, period. You know, it's all about respect first. We always say that. That's the rule. But I'm saying it's almost mandatory. Like, if ain't nobody disrespected you, you know, man, because, you know, that's another thing. Respect on every level. Just because you get old, yeah, you get automatic respect until you show disrespect. Then it's like, I ain't gonna go out of my way to do nothing to you, but I'm gonna stay out your way too, because I see you ain't about right, you know. And I've dealt with that too. People who think just because they get to be old, but they were always crazy and shiesty, that can't nobody smell that on them. If they like that, they like that. But you know, if you ain't showing me that side of you, if you ain't like that, then we cool. Period. You know. And I've never had no issues. Anybody like that I celebrate, and I always give them their grace when I see them. I always, you know, shout them out. I like to let them know, hey man, I see you still in it. And especially if you show up on something, that's major, man. I mean, think about it. Your whole life, maybe this was something you wanted to do. And maybe even you tried it when you were younger, but just for whatever reason, you didn't get that blow up moment. But then here it is later on in life, they showing up, man. They getting these parts, they getting these roles, they showing up in shows, they getting speaking roles and stuff. That is major stuff. It's like there was an older lady, I forget her name, but to speak of some real black history, you can look her up real quick. It wouldn't be hard to find. But she was the eldest member of the cast from the original Black Panther film. I was on set with that lady multiple times. I met her. I shook her hand. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Before she was known, just being on set, like we all knew she was the eldest person on the set. So we would come over and, you know, get on one knee like, Grandma, pleasure to be in your presence. I mean, this woman was about to be, I think she lived to be, she either made it to 100 or was right at 100 when she passed, you know? And it's like, for somebody to be that age and still be in that environment and getting opportunities and ended up like the biggest role that anybody could wish for at that age or any age, to be part of the elder council in the first Black Panther film, that was amazing, man. That was amazing. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff, you know, we don't take it for granted. That's all I'm saying. We don't take it for granted. And when I see people, knowing there's people half my age or just a little bit older than me, going. I mean, they going, man. People get illnesses, people get stuff unexpectedly. So anybody who makes it past their 50s and their 60s, 70s, 80s, or even more, and still working like that, man, my hat is off instantly to them for being able to do it like that. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. You know, some folk, they so pathetic nowadays, they don't even want to live long. They just want to wild out, be young and die young. That ain't life, man. That is not life. And it's sad that so many think that way, because they've seen no examples of anybody ever getting that old, so why would they want to aspire to that? But that's the problem. You got to change your mindset and your environment so you can want to understand why that's definitely worthy a path to, you know, not only consider but live towards and make it. Is definitely worth it. Absolutely. You know, number one thing, you just got to keep your body tight. That's what I'm doing right now. Get these steps in. You got to walk every day. Walking and push-ups will save your life. That's all I got to say. You can yell gym all day. The gym is right here. You ain't got to have no membership. All you need is the ground beneath your feet. You know what I'm saying? Ground beneath your feet, the elements. There's a gym right here in front of me. See that right there, that log? You can do your tricep workout on that. You can do incline push-ups off of that. You can hike up that hill like I'm doing right now. All of that. That's all you need for longevity, you know. If your goal is to be Lee Haney or, you know, Ronnie Coleman, well, yeah, you got to go to the gym. You don't get them kind of bodies from just normal activity. But if your goal is just to stay alive and be strong and look good at any age, then yeah, these basics I'm talking about are the mandatory, guaranteed formula. Of course, how you eat too. That's if you don't start there, you really, you know, it's what you put in the car that's gonna make the car go. Gotta have the right fuel. You know? Just like that. We out here, y'all. Like I said, I just wanted to check in, chop it up with y'all for a minute. I might come back a little later, but for now, I'm gonna end this one. And I'll peep in whenever it feels right. In the meantime, I appreciate them 5 thumbs up. I hope that's 5 subscribers too when I come up out this thing. I wanna see 5 new subscribers. Yeah, let's go. Peace.